Hi everybody, how are you? It's Mike Andrew once again providing a short video with practical insights as it applies to business and leadership. I'm going to continue with the recent theme or pattern of revisiting some content or topics that I've done in the past. And today I will just summarize three more, very quickly. So let's get started. Number one, I've always felt that each one of us, and all of you listening, are already experts in what leadership is. You don't have to go to a leadership expert to figure it out. You already are experts, and I can prove it by asking you two questions. The first question is, think of the best manager or leader you've ever had or you've ever observed, and what made that person such a good leader or manager. And I bet you can quickly write down 2 or 3 or 4 or more characteristics or qualities about that person that made them so effective. And if I ask the second question, can you think of a worse manager you've ever worked with or observed, and what made that person so ineffective, such a poor manager or leader? Same thing, you'll be able to quickly jot down quite a few characteristics about that person that made them a poor manager. There you go. You already know what a good manager is, what a good manager looks like, how a good manager acts, the way their philosophy and leadership and how they get the best out of people. Number two, I'll tell you what leadership is not, in my opinion, and I'm going to talk about a word that has always driven me crazy, but I have to bring it up because I did bring it up in a video in the past. Oftentimes, people, when they describe a good leader, they bring up the word charisma. Forget it, X, out. That, to me, is not a definition of leadership, because what do you think of when you think of charisma, a person that has charisma? I know what I think of. I think of the smooth, suave, outgoing, extroverted person, charming. That may be, but that's not what I think of. If I were to ever use the word charisma, if I were ever to use the word charisma, to me, it's someone who is true to themselves, they're genuine, they're authentic, they are the real deal. They carry themselves with a certain amount of credibility, with a certain amount of dignity. They're not necessarily, and they could be introverted. They could very well be a very clear introvert, but they're not people that are attention-seeking, high ego. You know, that's what I think of when we think of the word charismatic, extrovert. You know, attention. Forget it. It's genuine, authentic, the real deal, credible, and so forth. That, to me, if I were ever to use the word charisma, that's what it is to me. And you could look at so many famous people in history. They were not attractive. They didn't have that personality, but there was something about them that was genuine and true and authentic. Finally, leadership. What is leadership? If you were to Google what is leadership, you're going to get millions of potential responses. And just like I asked the question with best manager, worst manager, we all have a definition of leadership. What is leadership? So allow me to give you mine, and I'm going to try to keep it simple and practical. So to me, if someone asks me what is leadership, my definition, very simply, is about someone who consistently achieves results while growing and developing members of their team, and does so with integrity, humility, and treating people with dignity. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.